to give you guys.
What made you give your life to Christ? Like in detail?
Like the experience that led up to it,
you
or
just were like, oh, okay, God.
Like, did you go to church?
Yeah, like what was the actual?
Yeah, my wife took me to church.
Oh, so you were married already?
Yeah, cool. I've been married for almost 5 years, and we were separated at the time. She went to church. I think I was just ready. I don't know if you guys have ever had experience where you weren't with God and then God was pulling on you, and it's kind of like, I don't know how to explain it. He pulls on you, you know what I mean? And he knows exactly where you're at and where you need to be, and he'll do the things in your life that are necessary to get you to him, you know? I didn't grow up in a church home. I'd never really been to church. I've only been to church maybe a handful of times before. And if anything, my family are all atheists or agnostic. But I understand before I gave my life to Christ, I would consider myself an alcoholic. I lived in the nightlife scene. I lived in nightclubs. I worked in nightclubs. I moved here chasing money. It's kind of weird, like God uses like the strangest things to get you in the place where he wants you to be. And he used the devil for me. Like, people ask me all the time, why'd you move to Vegas? I said I was chasing the devil. I was chasing money, women, fame, my own glory, you know. And I met God in this city. It's pretty cool. I think it's awesome. It's not Sin City, it's Saint City. All right?
So did your wife separate from you because was she a Christian and you weren't, and with your alcoholism, or why?
I pushed her away.
You did?
I did. Now, she was raised Catholic, and I don't think her family has ever have. I don't know. I can't say about her mother. I don't really know too well, but I don't know that they have a relationship with God the way we would have, you know, or to God's standards. I don't know. I can't say that. But no, she definitely had more faith than I did throughout the whole experience. And me, I mean, there's some of you guys are young. I don't know how graphic I want to get, or how. He's like I heard. I see. How I watch TV. It's all. You been where?
To the rodeo.
All right. So, at the age of, just to bring it back, like some of you guys, who's the youngest in here?
Veronica.
How old are you?
11.
11. I was your age when I first smoked pot. Who's next after her? Who's 12?
12. Micah. They're all 3 12.
So I was your age when I first started drinking. Not really drinking, but experimenting. Okay? Who's 14? I was your age when I first had sex. This is real. I had no background, no idea of who God was, what faith was. You have no idea how lucky you guys are to grow up knowing Jesus, you know? And it makes me emotional to talk about this because it's so hurtful to our souls, you know? The things I did to myself. And that's why God hates sin so much. It's not because God doesn't make us sin, you know? God hates sin because he knows what it does to us. He knows that, like, we all walk on a path, right, through life, and there's this path, and this is God's path for you. And you can walk on that, but every time you do something that is against him, you walk off that path, and you have to walk back onto it. I was like 10 miles down the road, you know?
So what was the major turning point?
The major turning point?
Yeah, what was the major climax that happened? Was it like a lightning bolt experience for you? Or, I mean, when your wife took you to church, what happened?
Yeah. I'd say it was about a month process before I accepted him, but once I did, I mean, it's always a journey, and you're always like growing and stuff like that. But I mean, going towards that, what made me really want to go to church, I woke up one day and there was this female laying next to me, and I had no desire to be there, and I felt sick to my stomach. And it's like I was hungover, just drained of love. Like there was no love. Like you ever been in an experience where there's just no love there? You just know, you know? How many people in here have really, really, you can honestly say, look at me in the eyes and tell me you felt God's love? And be honest. If it's something that like you don't know, like that's awesome. I don't think I knew what love was until I found God's love. I had two kids. I didn't love them until I accepted God's love. And that's real. Like, how could you have kids and not like I didn't know what it was. It's crazy. But to move back, like, yeah, I woke up, I felt sick, I was tired of everything I was doing, and I just went to church and started getting a little bit, started eating a little bit, right? A little bit of word here. And then there's one pastor, his name is Vince Antonucci, and he told a story about the prodigal son, and it was in such a cool way. He explained he lost his son in a water park one time, and it was like the anguish that he felt in his stomach. I'm pretty sure nobody in here has kids, right? No, right? All right, so think of like a pet that maybe you had that you were just in love with, you know? You understand,
yeah.
right? So that pet that you love, that's like your kid, you know? Now picture, you know, that pet gets lost.
Okay, it happened.
It happened. What did you feel in your stomach?
Sadness.
Did you cry?
Yeah.
That's what God feels when we walk away from Him. And it was that message. I was like, I'm never going to walk away from you again, because I never want you to feel like that. That was what did it for me. And I broke down. I was so emotional. I walked out of Central, right? And he was opening up a new church. And I walked up to him, and I couldn't even talk. And I was just like, whatever you need, I'm going to help you. You know what I mean? So I helped him open up this church. And, you know what's funny? Like, God is He's our Father, you know? And anything you ask of Him, He's going to give it to you. Even if it's something that you don't really need right now, just to show you that He cares about you, He's going to give it to you, you know? And then if it's something you really need, He's really going to show up. And I was asking Him that week, just show me you're real, just give me something to do. I wanted to serve. Even before I got saved, I was like, I just want to do something. I want to do something positive. And He showed up. He showed it to me.